All right, yeah, we're good. Okay, and I'm doing the screen record in hopes that I could take this and repost it or something. I used to do that a lot. I just haven't done it in a while. But I need someone to give me a comment here so that you can hear them. And I'll repost to like YouTube or something. I'll figure something out. Yes, awesome. Okay. So I got pretty much everything situated. Everything that I need is, the way I need it. So I was talking to my buddy, and I go, well, hey, look, I think I'm going to go live stream. I'm going to go reconnect with you guys, talk to the fans for a little bit and see how you guys are doing. And I don't know. I'm surprised with myself right now that I have things good in such a fashion that I don't have anything to worry about. I don't have anything I got to think about. I got everything organized. I have actual free time, actual real life free time. And I thought, since I haven't been on, I think it's been like a week since I've live streamed. So I figured I'd come on and say hello and take a walk on the boulevard. And we'll do it once around, the stars, and then, depending on how things go, maybe I'll do another round. Like we got about 80 some people in here. If we make it to 200 by the next go round, or like 150, we'll do another round. And if the numbers keep going up, then I'll keep staying live. And as long as we get have consistent interaction in the broadcast and in the comments, then I'll stay live. And however long that lasts is how long it lasts, and that's going to be it. So I might live stream with you for a half hour, or I might live stream with you for 5 hours. That's all going to depend on the amount of interaction we have, how many of you are tapping the screen and giving hearts, the amount of shares we get, stuff like that. And if we start ranking, then I stick around longer. As of right now, I just figure I'd give you a little treat and come on and see how you're doing. So it is, what is it? Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday night. So I'm excited to go on the boulevard, and I miss just walking around. It's fun. I don't do it near as much as I used to, but it's good just to get out. Just even if you're not doing anything, just seeing what's going on. And how's the new job? We'll go over that very quickly. So it wasn't really a job. I thought it wasn't legit, unfortunately. So I worked, essentially what happened was I worked the equivalent of a full shift over 2 days. I worked about 8 hours over 2 days. I didn't get paid. Which is, I had definitely earned a couple of dollars. But I was told that I wasn't going to get paid, so I said, all right, thank you for your time and your consideration. I took a walk, so that's okay. No big deal. I'll get another one. So it's really not that, it didn't hit me too hard. It's not a big deal. I got, like I said, I got everything situated that I have to get situated. And, it could be worse. I could be on the street. I could be struggling for resources. I could be struggling for money. I'm not really having anything that I have to worry about. So, like I said, I actually have time to, was this skin? It was, yeah, unfortunately. So, but it's fine. Just waiting on some stuff in the mail, and I got nothing but time. And we're also going to just duke out the TMZ bus. We're going to do that tomorrow. Just look away. That's all you got to do. I'll tell you something right quick. The easiest way. Okay, how do I put this? If you are somebody who has some type of limelight, especially in the Hollywood area, and you want to dip TMZ, it's kind of like people that have to dodge the police. You kind of have to dodge TMZ. So you kind of you put your head down, You hide away. You look forward. And even if people are looking at you or waving at you, you're pretending they start to doubt that it's you. Pretend like you don't know. And then when they consistently try to get your attention, you pretend like instead of noticing them over calling your name, you notice them just because they're being loud, and you just be like, oh, hi. And then they just stop because they don't think it's you. Worth it for doing that to you. No, it doesn't work that way around here. No, around here it's kind of like just being out in nature. It's just natural selection takes its course. You don't really have to do anything about stuff when people do stuff to you. You kind of you go on your own way, mind your own business, and then whatever they're trying to do to you usually falls through. And if it doesn't, you just oh boy. Okay. Nowadays, say on that note, there's somebody on the street live streaming. I didn't realize that they were live streaming. I looked right at their camera. So that was great. Where are we at? 162. Sweet. Look at things should be good for tonight. I'm just very excited. Just to be out here. Like, I got these, right? I bought them myself with my own money. Sounds funny, but it's so weird to go from, I used to make so much money, and then to have 5 minutes where, I'm having to rely on society. And now, once again, having my own is really nice. I don't have too much of it. I don't have an income, but at least I got what I need, and I'll have an income pretty soon. But just to be able to. Yeah, the platform doesn't really like me smoking on camera, so I'm going to have to keep that to a minimum, but let's get to the influence. Alright, 1 second. Okay. So this ain't going on YouTube, that's for sure. But we're trying the screen record feature, and we'll see if it works. Let me get on the side so I'm not like blowing smoke in people's faces. But I have to tell you, I have definitely been blessed with my experience in Hollywood, because I got to, I guess the bittersweet situation of coming to Hollywood in dire straits was that the first people I got to know were locals. So I kind of became one, almost overnight. And that doesn't mean much compared to people that have been here their whole lives, but I got welcomed, and I got the one up, and now I have the rest of my life to just keep building up slowly. There's a whole bunch of people lined up here. I don't know what for, but like a concert or something. It sounded loud. It sounded really loud. 1 second. Got it. Okay. All right.
So
So I very much learned just to like bob and weave out of traffic. Not gonna lie to you, never gets old. Always fun. At least I have fun with it. Physically walking, obviously, not like in a car, but oh, for those of you that are excited, I do have my license, and I will be getting a car pretty soon. And no, I won't be going anywhere. I will be staying right here in beautiful Hollywood. I'm not going to get in my car and take off because I don't have anywhere else that I want to go. I got accustomed to this. I'm comfortable, and I plan to stay. So the word of the day, if we're ready, is demure. And I had to Google what it meant. So demure means like humble and modest. That's what demure means. So as soon as I move into a place that's long term, not just like month to month, I'm going to change my status that I have there. I'm going to put demure as long as it's still popular. And it's going to be pretty funny and very appropriate. So if you're new to the live, my name is James Saroka, and I guess I'm not. Am I still a live streamer? Is that like still how this works, or is this now? It's just something I do. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I'm doing it. So I'm here with you. And continuously not caring what people think. Pretty good at that. Being checked out by and checking out beautiful women all day, every day out here. Also another thing that I very much enjoy. Things are much more free out here. It's fantastic. You pretty much just talk to anybody and anybody will talk to you. And it's like not weird, which is really nice. People are still friendly out here, and despite popular opinion, at least in Hollywood, people have manners. And I know some people think that people in Hollywood don't have manners, but that's usually just the people that don't have manners. From my experience is that people around here are actually pretty cool. And that's not just lip service, it's my experience. I know you guys want me to do all the talking, but I will. I will talk to you for the next half hour. But we're already almost at 200. So, I promised you that if we got up to 100 that I would do another walk around the stars. Sorry. But now you got two. We'll do 2 rounds, so you got me for at least an hour. It takes about 30 to 45 to go from Gower and Hollywood down to I think it's La Brea in Hollywood. So oh my gosh, you guys are so quiet. You can't talk. Things aren't different. You can still talk to me. I would prefer that you did. That's why I come live, to reconnect with you and check in and see how everybody's doing. And selfishly, I'm partially doing it for me too. Because whether you realize it or not, those of you that actually come in and talk with me, you're a grounding force for me. You're people that I can connect with and talk to, who I can count on being there on a regular basis. You're kind of like my accountability partners. And I do mean that. So, I look forward to talking with you. I was like in the middle of something, and I said to my friend, I'm like, look, I haven't talked to the fans in like a week. So if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to go take a walk and see how everybody's doing. And, you know, I have to say, most of my friends, they don't really do live stream. They don't do social media. They have people that do their social media for them. So, you know, it's something where it's just my thing. And, you know, I like to connect and talk with you. But I am going to show you this. I'm going to get to the end of the line here. And I'll show you guys how busy the Walk of Fame is tonight. Because they got 2 theaters that are opening up for shows tonight. And sorry, my legs hurting. Give me a second. Every now and again, I just get a sharp pain in my back. All right. Oh my gosh. All right, give me 1 second. I'll show you. We're flipping the camera. I just got to figure out how. I always forget. And we could do TikTok. I just got to wait. So look at that. They're all lining up for that theater. They're all lining up for the theater, right? And that's pretty much every single week, which is very cool. And then they're doing it down here too for another show. Might be Hamilton. I don't know. It says 8 p.m. on the sign. It's about 7. Joker 2 movie. I mean, maybe up by the maybe up by the Chinese theater. I didn't get up there yet. I'll let you know. I'll show you guys when we get up there if there's a lot of people. But the nice part about, you know, when it's dark, I can show you guys. Excuse me. I can show you guys, and you know, I'm not showing everybody's faces. So, thanks for the hearts. I am screen recording this, so I will put it up on some platform. I mean, I'll try to put it on Instagram, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Is that I'll clip it, or I probably won't even clip it. You guys know me. I'm not going to take the time to do that. So I'll just take the raw footage and I'll throw it right up on Instagram or something like that. And wherever I put it, I'll go across platforms and tell you guys where to find it. But Bigo doesn't do replays, so I don't have a replay to show you. But I'm gonna try to do a makeshift replay just by taking the footage and throwing it up somewhere. And then on TikTok, I think we're at like 100 on TikTok. People are starting to find us, starting to find me, which is good. Not gonna lie, I haven't really been trying too hard. But you know, I'd say about 100 people have found TikTok, and I think we got to get to like 1,000 or something, and we can do it on TikTok. But for now, we're gonna do it here. And a lot of people are very excited for TikTok. I've been dipping in and out of people's live streams, and thankfully word's gotten around even in the TikTok community, at least locally, and I'm very excited about that. But I have to admit to you, it's going to be short-lived. I probably won't be doing live streaming type thing for longer than a year or two, at least in high volume. Because once I start getting things running for myself in a traditional fashion, I'm not going to be able to do this near as often. But for now, you have my full attention. Just trying to make sure I don't run into anybody.
Unbelievable type talent.
You need a cigarette?
Yes, sir. I would love one.
Come on. I got you. I got a cigarette for you. Come on.
Thank you. I'm talking because I know that I'm not crazy, because it's true.
I don't think you're crazy.
This is true.
I think you need a fucking cigarette.
Yes, sir, I do. I fucking been through hell for like 4 years straight.
Okay. Before we get to the crowd here. Stay lit. That ain't gonna stay lit.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do yourself a favor. Breathe in, breathe out. You feel me? I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Breathe in, breathe out, brother. You have a good night, all right? All right. And see, I don't have to feel bad about doing that because it's my money. You know, it's not, if somebody didn't buy me a pack of cigarettes this time, I bought my own. If I want to give somebody a cigarette, I'm going to give somebody a cigarette. I get what I'm doing, guys, so that's that. All right, moving on. So what's everybody doing? So scared. Yeah, I tell you what. You gotta think about it like being an animal. All right, the streets. I'm talking on the real streets, not the playing around. People can smell your fear. They really can. And when it comes to someone who's in a rough situation and who's not looking for trouble, they're going to be scared of you because you're scared of them. But if you don't show any fear and you offer them a little bit of guidance, then they're like, okay, I'm good for 5 minutes. And that's usually all it takes. And then they go on their merry way. They remember what they were doing, and they come down off of whatever they took, and they're just fine. Are they going to do it? Probably. More than something I could. It cost me $1 at best. So it'll be fine. I just like to check and make sure everything's good here and there. And things are good. There's just somebody that wasn't doing good. All right, moving on. I have to admit, one of my favorite things to do when I'm walking, is when someone doesn't think I'm paying attention or they think I don't see them. Like I'm telling you, you'll have people that'll stop they'll stop in the dead of traffic. Not, driving traffic, but they'll stop dead and walk in traffic and expect you to run into them. I see them. I don't worry too much. Like I said, I might not be out here anymore like that, but
He ain't no one live or one rise in mighty. All right, what this guy say? David walking.
do I walk every day? I don't walk a whole lot every day. I could tell you, even once when I got my car, I barely get in it. It's there for when I need it. As opposed to having 7 or 10 different streaming services, I have car insurance. I prefer car insurance over having 10 streaming services, but it's a trade-off. And I'll get to a point where I could have both the streaming services and the car insurance, but for now, I'm picking one. And I'm making friends, which is cool, Like I'm actually, just yesterday, I went to the gym with somebody at random. I literally met somebody on the street, and she just struck up a conversation with me. I ended up going back to her place. She has like this super fancy apartment. Went to the gym, went in the jacuzzi. Had a lot of fun. It was pretty cool. Just made a friend just like that. And then, some other instances like that. But when it's right on the boulevard, I try not to share too much. But that was a little off the beaten path. So.
They're gonna do that, right?
I'm actually starting to warm up, but I don't want to take my hood off. This is like a super cozy hoodie, and I don't want to take off my hood. I know I look super shady having my hood up in the middle of the night, but I am warm, I am comfortable, and I don't care. If you have a car, would you stay there or travel? I'm staying here. I'm eventually gonna travel, but my mode of travel has changed. From now on, it's gonna be going on vacation, or going to work elsewhere. And then the car is kind of just to have a car. I don't really use it as often as I used to. If you get what I'm saying, it's not really something that I utilize near as much or the same as I used to. So, do I like driving? You bet. I do. I don't have a need for it near as much anymore. Pretty much everything that I need is within walking distance. Anything that I could do, anyone I want to talk to, pretty much within walking distance. And if it's not, or they're not, well, that's when I get in the car or I get in somebody else's car. 9 times out of 10, it's always somebody else wants to drive, so I'm normally the one getting in. I always thought I'd be the one driving people around and paying for stuff. It's kind of nice that I'm not that person. I could actually focus on my own stuff for a while, There's also the factor of it's not that I'm not supposed to be live streaming with you and giving you this much time and attention at very, very low cost, I guess you would call it in the industry. But you guys know I don't see it that way, and I don't like to see it that way. So, the hood goes up here and there. That's okay. I'm not doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. I'm just doing what I want a little more than I guess some people would prefer. You look and sound like a power bottom. Well, I tell you what, I'm not one. So, so here's what it is for me. I identify as straight, and I cannot confirm nor I cannot confirm nor deny that I fancy whatever I fancy when I fancy it, and that's it. Yeah, just go super quiet. You identify it as an Apache helicopter. Well, you know what? More power to you. I hope you find fuel. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Working still? Pretty good. Walking stars. I didn't have much else to do. I was sitting watching some TV with a buddy, but I realized I haven't talked to you guys in a while, so I thought I'd come and hang out for a while. What's up, Jay? Dave, yeah, so we're over 200. You guys have me for the next hour. I can't wait. I cannot wait till I get my second phone. I start playing music. That's the next goal, is to have my phones with me and keeping them charged. I forget. I really do forget. I always remember to keep one charged, but I always forget to charge the other one. And then, then I don't have music playing. And you guys know we're past the point of being able just to play music for fun, which is okay. How's my audio? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah,
am I loud enough?
No, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Just wondering.
But I was like, okay, no hard. You left the game. I
Okay. All right. Well, the hood's coming off because I'm getting warm. I don't really know what to say. Background voices overwhelm at times. Yeah. People out here, we're vocal. It's a vocal community at large. Both, what do you call it? People from here and our visitors. We like to, use our voices. It's a pretty common theme. I told you guys often, I come, one second. Excuse me. I'll come live, right? And people see Hollywood or they'll see California for the location. And it's always assumed, you guys already know what I'm going to say, it's always assumed, well, what protest is it today, or was it this, or was that? And it doesn't happen near as often as people think it does. It really doesn't. It's actually pretty peaceful out here. It's just about where you frequent and who you hang out with. Like if you want trouble, it's easy to find. If you don't, it's easy to stay away from. Got it. 1 second. And I still owe the Church of Scientology a quarter.
That's awesome.
And I keep forgetting. And I'll get it to them. Sometimes they come out. Like lately, the doors are always closed and stuff. I don't know why. But I miss the days when they'd be out and about and talking to everybody. It was always fun. But you know what? There's always got to be somebody to ruin something or whatever. I know everybody's got their qualms. I get it. Me personally, I try to find the best in everybody. And I miss just walking by and waving hey. It was always, I don't know, I enjoyed it. It's always nice to see friendly faces and people you get familiar with, and whatever your situation or belief may be. Everybody's got their own thing. And that's supposed to be the whole idea, is that we're open to everybody. I mean, that's literally what we stand for out here. So we don't just do it in Philly anymore. Got our own little crew here now too. It's not good. I mean, some people don't like it. A couple of my friends who are in law enforcement pisses them off quite a bit. But it's like boys will be boys. They're gonna do what they're doing. I can tell you, I've never once seen them in the news. I've never once heard of them in the paper. I haven't seen any crashes or anything. But the people that don't like it, they're often just worried about them. They want to make sure that they're not, getting hurt or hurting anybody. So I get that. But I have to admit to you, I'd like to say I'm a pretty fair guy, and I like to say it how it is. And from what I see, they drive more responsible than some of the people who have their ducks in a row. Unpopular opinion, but excuse me. At least I'm right. Like I said, they do the same thing in Philly, and you never hear any crashes, anything like that. They stay organized, and as long as they stay out of trouble, it's not much of a problem. And honestly, from what I've seen, the tourists absolutely love it. So, you know, it's that battle between the organized society and the disorganized society. And, you know, one thing I love about being here is that you get both. And I think that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, you got to be able to ebb and flow with people and be comfortable with one another. I don't want to. This lady had a baby. I don't want to smoke right next to her kid. All right, so now this is some risky business. I'm going a little further up the walk here. We're by Hollywood and Highland. Things have died down quite a bit. It's actually more quiet than I expected for a Saturday night, but still a lot of traffic. You know what? I don't know if I will take it. I mean, I'll put the recording up somewhere, and you guys can watch the whole thing if you want to. But at this point, I know how many people just take it and clip it and put the videos up. So I'm like, I don't know. I will. I'll put it up for you. I will. I got like a rock. I got a rock or something in my shoe, and I gotta get it. It's bothering the hell out of me. Give me a second. All right, maybe 1 second. All right, should be good. It literally looks like I'm just like staring at the wall because my phone's like in an inlet, so it looks like I'm just staring at the wall. But we're gonna go somewhere that you know what? My next move is to get a little tripod or something. That's what I'm gonna have to do. That way, when I want to take a seat, I can talk to you guys without having to hold the phone in my hand. Now what? Now what is in my shoe? Jeez. Yeah, we got Zach Galifianakis here tonight. That's exciting. I tell you what, the guy that comes here and plays the what's the character's name from The Hangover? He comes here dressed up as the guy from The Hangover. He has been here, I think, for about 5 years. I'm pretty sure it's still the same guy. So, like, you'll see the Wolverine, you'll see Spider-Man and Catwoman, right? And it's all different people, most of them. Over the years, it's like, they either move out or they change their careers or whatever they do. But that the guy that plays Zach Galifianakis that he's dressed up as, is still the same guy. Since 2017, it's still the same guy. Oh, man. Tell me I didn't. I just gotta take a moment, make sure I'm set. Yep, I'm good. Okay. Remember, in the pursuit of your dreams, embarrassment is something you save for afterwards. Well, there isn't anyone lined up at Disney. I can't say there's too many people at the theater. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's not released yet. That Joker movie, we still got another week and a half for that. I can tell you, I saw Brad Pitt the other day. That was pretty cool. It was like less than 6 feet from Brad Pitt. It's kind of a first. And apparently, I guess George Clooney was there too, but I didn't see him. I swear to you, I was like, I guess Brad Pitt was standing right next to George Clooney. He was in the recording, but I didn't even notice that he was standing there until I looked at the recording. I totally missed him. But Brad Pitt was in like a gold suit, so he really stood out. It was very easy to see. But that was cool. What else? I don't know. See, I got this thing going where I'll do my live stream, and I guess a lot of you guys will watch from another account, you know, like people that are restreaming. You're welcome to come in here. I mean, I'd appreciate it if you did. I appreciate you also not wanting to overwhelm me. I appreciate that. But it is really nice getting the recognition when I go into live streams. I go into people's live streams and they know it's me. Because you know, starting out, I had people that I would watch, and you know, that I appreciated following, and now they know who I am too. It's kind of nice. And it's the same on TikTok, like I said, which that part blows my mind. It's like sometimes, like I know how far things have come, right? I know how far I've come, but it doesn't always register for me. I don't always, like there's times and days where I don't feel like that person. And it can be a good thing, you know? But today's one of those days where I feel normal. And it's nice. But I do have a full battery. So you guys have me for, I'd say another hour or two, maybe 3. Depending on how long we go. I don't really have much to talk about. Like I said, most of what I'm doing is kind of local stuff. It's just like you got to be here and be in it to be doing it. And you don't really talk about a whole lot of it. Or at least not on the internet. So, I mean, everybody in town talks. That's how it goes. But, you know, you don't really take most of it to the internet. And there's parties you go to that you share on the internet. And you know, you put back and forth with each other. But then there's, you know, stuff you go have fun doing that you don't put out because you don't really want to be sharing every little detail. You know, it's nice to have some stuff to yourself.
Hey, if you look at the side maps, you see the water stream over here. What's that, the Hollywood Boulevard? Carlos.
So I'll dip over here real quick. So we're going by the Big Star. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. I'll show it to you. So that's the Big Star. Right at, what is it, Hollywood La Brea. Yeah, La Brea. Pretend like I don't know what I'm talking about. It works. But, we're gonna let that man take a nap. We're gonna go this way. Are we? Oh, we're not ready yet. Okay. I'm good. I'm not going to take a seat because I'm not tired yet. But I'll get there. Okay, I need a consensus here to my silent audience, my undying fans who love to talk my ear off in real life, which I personally love. I love being the confidant. It's one thing to sign here's how I see it. It's one thing to sign an autograph. It's another thing to have somebody come up to you, grab you by the arm, sit you on the bench with them, and talk to you for an hour about their personal life, like they know you. And there was a point where I found that weird. I don't find it weird anymore. I love it now. Because that's like, my life is so wonderful, and it's become a culmination of all the best facets of my desires that, that my life is beyond my own personal imagination. It's better than I ever could have thought it could have been. There's a lot of people in the industry who don't prefer to be so intertwined and integrated. But me, I love it. It's what I do. It's what I've always done. So to come here and do what I love to do and not have to sacrifice the personal part of it, I love that. I really do. Oh, yeah. So let me ask you guys, all right? Beard or no beard? I want your opinion because, so here's where I'm at. Every lady that I've been meeting with, they love the beard. Absolutely love my beard. And they don't want it gone. They love it. All of my friends, I don't have. I don't have a single friend that likes my beard. Every friend of mine wants me to get rid of my beard. And I keep, man, I'm sweating. I'm sweating so bad. I keep thinking that I've got an issue. I don't got an issue. I'm sweating. Oh my gosh, am I sweating? But the hoodie ain't coming off because I know the moment I'm taking the hoodie off. So not doing it here. Give me a second. There's also this like preconceived notion that every one of us is selfish. Nah, not really. If I was selfish, God, would I be so much more rich.
He got rich, girl.
As you're coming in, say hello. Let me know where you're from if you would like to. You are currently hanging out with me virtually in Hollywood, California. That is in the United States, for those of you who might not be familiar. And I do my best to keep you on your toes, keep you interested, and keep you laughing when I could. Oh, sorry. 1 second. I think there's a lot of people that are getting used to the fact that I really do ride solo this often. You know, like, I ride solo. That's kind of what I do. That hasn't changed. So many people. So many people.
Red shirts, 10. We up there, I don't
Jaden.
Hey, come here.
So this is the movie they're talking about. 1 second, I'll show you. We got the Joker will be coming out within the next week or two.
Once I tell them once again, hard nose man, the whip with us, who watches me. So I'm grateful for anything and everything. So I'm grateful for anything and everything. Oh, I'm grateful for anything and everything.
Sorry. All right. So I'm gonna squeeze through traffic real quick.
Every time I smell
Man, I'll tell you what. I don't understand how people do it, but I'm impressed. Vastly impressed. The way they bob it in and out of this traffic. Like, I'm good at it. But some people, I don't know.
Hey guys, woo, love it. Hey guys, get this one.
For those of you who tuned in for longer, thanks for sticking around. Well, I can tell you, I am definitely not the Joker.
And he was a model that posed for a picture from his homosexual lover. Picture
I have to tell you, one thing that is difficult, having money and seeing all this stuff and not buying any of it. You know how hard that is for me? Difficult, very difficult. I might buy some. I haven't decided yet.
You don't ever read your Bible. That's why you never have it. No matter what you do, what anyone does, they don't have God, so therefore they don't have life in them.
So this is Hollywood and Highland.
Life in them. God is life. Without life, you don't have life, so you're unhappy. Read your Bible, please. And please don't go to hell. Since one day you're going to die, your mom or your dad might die one day, you better make a choice. Your brother's going to die probably soon.
Yes, the street preacher is screaming in my ear.
What about if it's you? What about if you die? Where are you going? Where are you going to go, to heaven or to hell? This is not a joke. Wake up. Yeah, you're living. You're on your phone all the time. Read the Bible. Read the Bible. Read the Bible. This is what it says. Read the Bible. Read the Bible. Don't read your Bible. You guys started watching?
Okay. Now that I am not having someone screaming in my ear, I can go back to talking to y'all. I don't know what to say though. I don't. Let's keep walking, I guess. Oh, cool. I don't know what I got, but I got something. Thanks, whatever it is. Thank you. I see live streaming and walking around like this, like playing Pokemon Go. You just like get stuff. The more you do it, the more stuff you get. Also, I've also found that being out here is like kind of like a video game. Like you can like pick up missions and stuff, and you could choose to play the hero, the bad guy, or the cop. I'm not really a cop. I'm not really a bad guy. I'm not really a hero. So I try to find a way to be the NPC, even though I'm like one of the few that's not one. But I'd say it's fun. You know what's not fun is thinking that you're talking to an NPC when you're not, and then things get interesting. Happens sometimes. But a good kind of interesting, not a bad kind of interesting. But nowadays, I like to be prepared. And I am not always fully prepared, admittedly. Like tonight, I did not plan on coming on here tonight. But I'm glad I did. Oh my gosh. Oh, that kills me. It's like a full cigarette on the ground. Breaks my heart. Really does. 1 second, we got a lot of foot traffic. I'm gonna wait to light up.
Course you won't say we couldn't mistake, just what she really don't be. That's the part I'm disappointed as a homie, what is it you see? I want that
I don't know what it is with people, but sometimes they'll think I don't like them. Then they find out I do. And boy, do I. Nice. Alright. Got that. Now here's where I'm going to come up on one of my favorites here. I haven't bothered him yet. I don't think he even remembers me. Let's find out.
Hey! What's up, dude?
Long time no see.
Good to see you.
You too?
How you been?
Pretty good. I'm about to be in a situation where I can come buy one from you.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. You're gonna find me.
I take one from you right now, but I don't have some. I don't want to put it in another person's space. But pretty soon. All right. But I'll tell you what. I saw you twice now. I didn't want to bother you. You were busy, but I'm happy to see you. I'll catch you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes, man. I'll be out here. I'll see you.
Yeah, out here, I can be myself. And like, I can't, oh my gosh, I'm like cracking up, you know, like my voice is cracking up. I've never been able to live my life like this ever before. And out here, I can be whoever I need to be. And it's given me an opportunity to try on a lot of different hats and learn more about myself, learn a lot more about myself in ways that I've never gotten to before. All right. So I'm going to try something here. For those of you in the audience right now. All right, we got 212 people. I want each and every one of you to tell me what your favorite animal is. Right now. Go. Your favorite animal. My favorite animal? The human being. I mean, we could do a live stream where I stand here and pretend like I'm better than you and ignore you, and I mean, we can do that, but it's not really my vibe. All right, that's fine. Like I said, I told you my favorite animal. Now you know. I can go to Harold's Chicken now if I want to. I'll buy it myself. I'm just surprised because so many of you have so many questions and you always want to know stuff. And now I'm here live with you and you don't have a word to say to me. I'm here. You know, if you want to know something, ask me. If I can tell you, I'll tell you. I see, you know, I'll go and I'll look at some of the content when people are making videos that they're clipping my videos and making that content for me, and I thank you for that. I got no complaints about that. And I see all those questions, and it's like, I guess the dynamic changes. Once people are talking about you, they don't really ask you. But if you want to know, you should ask. This isn't a live recording. I'm not this isn't pre-recorded. I'm actually here with you live. Like, if you're off the boulevard somewhere, come to where the stars are at. I'm literally walking in circles. I'm actually physically here. It's not fake. Like, I'll go down here. That's it. I'll go down here. I'll show you the clock. And the clock up on the Soprano building is going to show you the exact time. And I'll show you that this is happening in real time. I'm talking to you in real time. I know some of you are nervous for me and this and that, but you don't have to be. Like I said, I'm here with the locals. I'm safe. I'm doing good. I'm behaving myself, which is, important. But if there's anything you want to know, just probably ask, because I don't know when I don't know when the next live stream is going to be. I honestly don't. Like I'm like my last live stream, I thought, oh, I'm gonna do one tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is like a week later. So am I okay? Yeah. What do you mean am I okay? Yeah, I'm doing great. I mean, got a little sweat going on. I got a good sweat happening, but beyond that, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Like I've elevated to the point of having a lot of first world problems. So I say I'm doing pretty good. Why? Place sounds so busy. It is. It's constantly busy. There's always something going on. There's always people around. It's fantastic. I personally wouldn't have it any other way. I like my privacy. I like peace and quiet. But I can't say I need a whole lot of it, you know? I really don't. I'm usually always with somebody, at least one person. Spend a lot of time in groups. And this is the one time where I kind of had alone time, and I thought, well, I'll come see how you guys are doing. I thought I'd check in, but maybe I'm boring you. Like, I don't even feel like I should repost this. Like, I'm feeling like I shouldn't even take the recording and put it up because it's like we're not even really talking about anything, you know? I'm obviously trying to bait you to comment and trying to get you to say something. But if you don't want to, that's fine. It's just, I got so much of it in real life that I thought maybe you guys would feel a little more comfortable, you know, in an anonymous virtual space to be able to speak your mind and ask your questions and all that good stuff. I was just trying to provide that for you because I can tell you I don't have anyone else in my environment right now who would help me to produce that scenario. So I kind of went off the cuff to do it myself, and I thought maybe we'd do something, you know?
You say, oh, what? What?
You were drinking. Oh, it's all right. You having fun? I mean, it is a Saturday night, isn't it? It's not that bad. I mean, crazy in a good way. It's like organized chaos, essentially. Am I going to go to Venice Beach? There's a lady there. Be great with. I'll tell you what, I keep getting messages about that. That's the other thing. Thank you for the messages. I'm glad that you guys are talking to me. It's nice to be talking with you in private. Anyway. Yeah, but a lot of people have been mentioning Venice, and they're like, "Oh, I want you to go to Venice," but Hollywood's home. I mean, I'll go to Venice at some point. But I tell you what, it would have to be like an organized collaboration to get me out to Venice. I'd have to justify it, and right now I can't justify it. No, unfortunately not. She has the same birthday as you. That's cool. Very cool. Here, I'll show you. Like I said, because that's another. I get a lot of messages asking if it's when I go live, if it's a replay, if it's like a, what do you call it? Like a rebroadcasting of a previous video, and it's not. I'm live with you right now. So right now, got 1958 at 7:58 p.m. Right on the 28th of September, 2024.
I might be right across the street over there, yeah.
And that's That's your proof. All right. Now you have it. I am live. Don't listen to anybody that's telling you that I'm not live. Don't listen to anybody that's telling you, oh, he's too snobby. He'd never come and talk to us, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm here with you right now. You matter to me or I wouldn't be live. And that's that. I'm taking time out of my own day, taking time out of my own personal life. And I mean, when I say I mean literally, not professional life. I'm taking time out of my personal life to come and live stream with you because you matter to me. And I want to make that clear. Good to see you too. Thank you. Have I ever seen Hocus Pocus? I might have. It sounds familiar. So we're at 224 to the broadcast. We got 8,000, whatever we got, 8,000 something. And I know it's a good thing. I just don't necessarily know what it means. I know the broadcast is being featured. I just don't know the particulars. I haven't found a need to learn the details of the platform yet. Because I'm figuring, like I said, they absorbed Periscope, but at that point in time, that was kind of, we were on jive with that. You know, we were right. Like that made sense. But here with Bigo, it's like, I'm further ahead with it. So I don't need to know the particulars. But I figure, I can come live with you from time to time. And then when it gets absorbed by some mainstream platform, I'm figuring like QQ or Weibo probably take it over. Then it won't be a concern at all. But for now, it's somewhere that we can come live while I'm still rebuilding. And that's that. Those other witches are nuts. I don't know. Excuse me. That's hot. Okay. How long have I been staying in Hollywood? 15 months in total. I have not lived here like longer than that. I have not spent every moment in Hollywood. But yeah, I've been a resident for going on 15 months. Anybody else from around here? What about YouTube? Can I go live on YouTube? I feel like people would hop on YouTube. It's just, there's the other thing. I don't have as much freedom on YouTube. I would so the friends that I have, they have a lot of experience and they're telling me, like, not necessarily experience in social media, but experience in just the media industry in general. And they're telling me, they're like, okay, if you're going to gallivant and just go talk to people, then that's fine. Just don't do it on a platform that's going to have long-term implications. So like doing it on Bigo, not a big deal. People will cut that content for better and for worse. They'll put it on YouTube, but it won't be in my name, right? So that's fine. It's just free advertising, I guess you could say. But I have to be careful and make sure that if I'm going to do YouTube, say I go YouTube live, I better have something prepared. Like, I don't really see anybody just live streaming off the cuff on YouTube. And although you guys know I'm quite the independent, the days where I just go off the cuff are over. I'm not just going to ruin opportunities when I don't, like the cost. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I'll do YouTube when I can be a little more organized with it. I'll do more with YouTube Live when I can script something and do it that way. But for now, I'll come on here and that way I can just walk and go live with you. I'm not to a point where I'm doing a whole lot of organized media online either way. It's pretty much just off the cuff whenever I have time to do it. So I'm just sticking to doing text on all the platforms, reposting stuff that I like anybody else would, and then, coming live with you on third party. Welcome from Venice Beach. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. So my name is James Saroka. I am I'm from Hollywood. That's what I say now. I'm from Hollywood because I am now officially from Hollywood. And I am trying to find my way into media while getting my act in real life together. What about you? I'm looking a little rough. It's the beard. I'm not trimming it right now. I'll tell you what. I had just enough time in my day to take a shower and maybe get some sleep. When I eat, I'll tell you what. You give me a 2-pound sandwich and I'm done with it in about 3.5 minutes. Because I don't have the time. That's all right. You gotta be super duper on the tubes. Wait, are we referring to YouTube? Is that what you're referring to? Or is that like a reference that I'm not picking up on? Thank you. I actually have been working out. I go to a boxing gym. I box once a week. And I work out with a friend of mine. So I was saying, actually, don't let anybody tell you, oh, I don't have the time, or, you know, it's about prioritizing. It's what you make time for. So if I, in my position, as I'm getting my full life together, you know, as I'm actually getting myself literally organized in my personal life, if I still have time for the gym, just make time for it. You know, I shower up, I go in, and I look like a freaking lumberjack, but I get the job done. I look ridiculous, but I get the job done. And soon, I won't look ridiculous. But it starts with just getting yourself out there. You don't put yourself out there. I tell you what, I can't tell you how many people, especially out here, that I see and that I meet who are trying to get themselves together, and they are so focused on how they look and how things look for them. And that's important. How you look is important. With that said, if you don't have your personal priorities in place, then you're just going to end up falling back to the bottom anyway. I see it a lot. It's very sad. But like, I went from sleeping on a grate to where I'm at. And I'm going to be going from where I'm at to the next spot. I mean, just last night, I was looking over the 6th floor. You know, we were right below the penthouse. So, prioritize is what I tell you. Prioritize. Sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. Nice. I like a good sausage, egg, and cheese. I do. Sometimes I'm fancy, sometimes I do. I might do that I'm telling people that I'm not eating. I have friends that do. You know, they eat organic or they eat vegan, right? And I mean, that's my diet, right? And it is my diet. But are you going to catch me at McDonald's every now and again? I can't confirm nor deny. Anybody that tells you eating that way is totally bad for you, you got to have a cheat day. And if you don't have a cheat day, I mean, good for you. But me personally, I'm just not there yet. I got a good amount of discipline, but I got some work to do in that department. I'm still a sucker for a good fast food meal here and there. Where you walk, you send food and a razor. You're funny. I'm at Hollywood and Argyle, going over by the Metro. But no, you don't have to send food and a razor. I got free food. I got money for food. I'm doing good. You want to send me something? Send me a friend. And by a friend, I mean if you know somebody in the area. I'm at the point where I've networked enough that I know people, but I haven't networked enough that I've made enough friends to be satisfied. So if you know anybody in the area who's looking for someone who knows a person or two, and they know a person or two, and they like a good beer or like a good meal, I'm gonna go out for lunch. Maybe some bacon too. It's California. It's avocado. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Avocado is pretty much popular everywhere now. It's not just Cali. But I do love avocado. Working out is cool. Yeah, it's good for you. I mean, people underestimate what it does for your endorphin. What it does for your brain when the endorphins are kicking. You gotta stay healthy on some level. Me personally, I got a flamboyant personality regardless, so I'm pretty much out there all the time. But that's the beauty of Hollywood. I don't care what anyone tells you. Hollywood is made for weirdos. So here we do fit in, we do belong. And anyone that's got a problem with it, well, you got 49 other states and plenty of other places that you can settle if you don't like the way we behave. This is our town, and we love it that way. It'll never change. Doesn't matter how organized things get. We're always going to have this as our home. How do you shower? No, I shower. I do, what do you call it? I got friends, I'll go to their houses, I'll shower. They give free showers in the city. I'll go to the gym and I'll shower. But, it's good. Like I said, at this point, it's good for me because it's keeping me on my toes. Not being totally set up just yet. No complaints. Denzel Washington says it's all about hard work. He's right. See, Daisy. People keep bringing her up, man. I'll tell you what. People keep bringing up this Daisy from Venice. I haven't met her yet. I haven't. I don't know if she's on here or anything. You could have her message me. I don't know her. I'll tell you what, for how many times I went through Venice, I figured I'd have seen her by now, but, I moved beyond the street, but back then, I figured I'd have seen her at some point. One second. Okay. I don't know what my ad is on here off the top of my head. I honestly don't know. Guys, I made all this stuff just off the cuff, so I don't know. It might change, it might not. As I get into more secure pursuits, more than likely, that'll change. But for now, I'm just enjoying the control and freedom I have of my own life environment. Just yet. So we're still recording. We're about an hour. That's the nice part about doing it. Thank you. The nice part about doing the recording is I can see how long we've been live without having to change the screen. Hello, how are you? I'm trying to think. What do you guys want to talk about? Like what? Like okay, let me ask this because I know it's supposed to be when it's professional. I'm supposed to already know what you want. This is personal, so I don't know what you want right now. We're live. I didn't look at my analytics before coming live to talk to you about something that you already wanted me to talk about, right? So we kind of got to work together and you got to let me know what you want from me. You know, like maybe what you want to talk about, you guys could direct the conversation. I'm comfortable with that, right? I'm leading the broadcast, but I'm not necessarily leading the conversation. Wherever the conversation may go, I'm comfortable with. But I'm not going to choose that on my own without any preparation. Whoa, that is a deep question. One second, I got a lot of I got chocolate on my finger. I just had like an amazing chocolate mousse type thing before I came live. Oh my God, is that good? I still taste it. Judge me, I don't care. Don't judge me in court. We're not doing that. What? Thank you for the questions. And you know what? I don't mind what type of questions they are at this point. Like I said, I'll answer to the best of my ability, and I'll do my best not to get upset if it's a question that I struggle with. Yeah, be sensitive to me. I appreciate the sensitivity. But, you know, I'm not a flower. I'll be okay. Yeah, one second. Okay, we're good. High school. What was high school like for me? High school. Okay. There were the outcasts, and then there was me. Right? So, like, does this thing get itself out? I don't think it's gonna. So we're gonna do this. There we are. Maybe. 1 second, guys. There we go. We're good. Moving on. Okay. The robot got stuck. Just had to put it back on its feet. Yeah, high school. Yeah, I was the outcast of outcasts in high school. Just pretty much, you could think of just any atypical celebrity story who didn't come from a family of celebrities who kind of made their way out of nowhere. I was the outcast. I fit the bill to a T on that front. Pretty much anybody you could think of that just didn't, for lack of a better term, fit in. That was me. So, you know, I found my place out here, and it's way different now. And it's I like it that way. Had I gone to school out here, probably had a much better time. But I grew up in a place that I didn't belong. I had to find a home for myself. And for some people, that's how it is. That's just what you got to do, you know? Some people spend the rest of their lives trying to fit in somewhere they don't belong. Me personally, I recognized that it wasn't for me. So I found somewhere that I should be. What do you do? And don't mind if I don't say your name in the broadcast. For the amount of exposure we get on the live streams, some people don't want their names out there, even their first names, for the recordings or for whatever reasons people have. So just to respect everybody, I do my best not to say names during the broadcasts. What do I do out there in Hollywood? As of right now, I am networking and working on getting... 1 second. Every now and again, there's like a drop-dead gorgeous woman that I see, and I like lose my train of thought for a moment. And I need to refocus, and I'm good. What's this saying? Out here right now, my main thing is just getting my life together, getting gainful employment, coming off of assistance, and, you know, actually making a name for myself in the mainstream media industry beyond just the internet, which is awesome. For some people, that's their main gig and that's what they do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, good for you if that's your thing. Me personally, I thought it was my thing. And then I physically came to Hollywood, changed everything. When I got out here, I went from, I'm the internet celebrity. I want to be, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'm a content creator. I'm an influencer. I'm so cool. And then I got here and it's like I became a zero and I loved it. I've never been treated normal. And I got here, I got people treat me normal. And I got a chance at a regular life. And so for me, I'm capitalizing on that. And I want to pursue, real life startup, real life. Even to go to Santa Monica, I just feel here. I feel at home here. I like walking these streets, and I grew up very isolated. I grew up in a very quiet environment, but I also I've been accustomed. I've been myself. So, to go from, like I said, to go from one end of the Walk of Fame to the other, it's like its own little thing, and it reminds me a lot of, in the sense of the size of it. I can, my daily routine. Well, I get up in the morning. I mean, you're asking, so I'm going to tell you. But I get up in the morning, I pray, then I check my social media. Then I usually have a snack or something. Usually take a shower in the morning. Then I get some work done on my phone after, after winding down a little bit and got, like I do, I get like a I get caught up right in the morning, and then after I take a shower or at least get myself situated for the morning, then I try to go back to it and get a little work done and catch up from whatever I missed while I was asleep. And then from there, most of my day is just hanging out with friends and working on getting my vitals and all that type of stuff in order. I volunteer a lot at the church, which is good. I enjoy that I enjoy that immensely, actually. And it's nice. It's nice to have people in my life that defend me to a T, no matter my past, no matter the choices I made. That I can still be engaged in my community and still be a part of something and not be cast out, and not be judged for anywhere that I may have been or things that I may have done. Because out here, there's a lot of people that have made a new start. There's a lot of people who, have made mistakes and have fallen and made choices that they might not be all that proud of. And out here, we get second chances, we get new opportunities, and we work together on that, So there's a lot of people out here who have really been through it, who now get a chance to build their own life. And, like I said, we work together to do that and support one another while we're working on the things we need to work on. And out here, what I love is, you guys know I love using the word we when I'm broadcasting, right? Well, for all the hecklers out there now, when I use the word we, it means even more. Now it's not just me and the fans. Now when I say we, I'm talking about my real life, the community, the communities that I belong to and the friends that I have. And, it's, my life is integrated in a way that I've never had the opportunity to have it be before. I'll be an actor from anywhere. I went to high school with a movie star. Ooh, very cool. Did I find a place to stay? I did, yes. I am not on the street. You do not have to worry about me. I eat like a king every day. I always have somewhere to sleep, and I am now at the point where I'm just getting to, like I said, have a job and go from there. I got somewhere to live. I got all the resources I need. All I got to do is get employed somewhere I can stay for a year or two before applying to the academy, and then from there, whatever comes next. Nah, I mean, it's not really a thing. What I can tell you is the guy that stole that name and they did a registered trademark with it. Excuse me. The guy that did that registered trademark, apparently he passed away, unfortunately. So it's like, apparently the name of the trademark's up for grabs. Me personally, if I really wanted it that bad, I would have bought it already. My life's moved on from that point. I might do something. I might pick it back up or do something similar later on. As of right now, not really. I mean, I like the nickname. People call me that every now and again. It's kind of cool to be recognized for that. Recognized for what I did way back when. It is really nice, admittedly. But now I don't really know. I'm going with the flow right now, and the flow has not taken me to those heights just yet. Would I ever join an Amish community? I don't think it's in the cards for me. I don't. I'm guessing that's a beer joke. What academy? Police academy. Yeah, I'm considering becoming a police officer. Like I said, I got out here, and law enforcement out here is it's a whole different ball game. The ones that are honest, it's a noble pursuit. They get a pretty bad rap out here, but I've seen both sides of it. I've been on both sides of it, and I mean, I chose. So for me personally, I'm going to give it a shot. If I don't make it, I'll just continue on the way I was doing. But regardless, I'm still pursuing all the goals I got. It's just I want public service to be part of my future in one way or another. Yeah, I don't know what Clockwork Orange is. Goes, please don't. I'll tell you what, some of my best friends are in law enforcement, so and it's even from family back home too. It's a pretty common theme, and I mean they say that, people say get in where you fit in. Well, law enforcement is something that I've been familiar with and in tune with my entire life, and I didn't even realize it. Just because I was so integrated into the community that it was unbeknownst to me that there was something different to begin with. So I'm just stepping back into what I already know and pursuing it in a career fashion. Skills to walk the beat. Thank you. I'd like to think I do. I have also learned, until or if I ever get to that point, my best bet is to just go to a certain length and not go any further. Don't play Batman is pretty much what I'm saying. Do your due diligence as a citizen. Just don't be Batman, because that's bad. It really is not. It's not a good choice. It's nice to do nice things for people. Just try not to get yourself involved in things that aren't healthy for you. Is where I'm going to leave it. Because if you're not properly equipped or trained, if you're not properly equipped or trained, then and that includes me. I'm not. You could get yourself in a lot of trouble. So just don't copy what they do in the movies, I guess is what I'm saying. And most of you get that. Some people don't. But trying to be a cop when you're not a cop is called being a criminal. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. Just because of so many of us are raised on movies and TV shows and investigating or this or that. That's one thing. If you want to be someone that goes out of your way to help people or to keep people out of harm's way, good on you. Just know your limits is all, and that's the same for me. Is I learn my limits, and when I think I'm going to start to go too far, well, I find something else. I find another pursuit. I find something else to keep myself occupied and out of the way. But I focus on other facets of my life until I'm to a point, let's say one day I get paid for it. Well, cool. And if my life goes another direction, then it does. But I keep my options on the table, and I keep my goals ahead of me and in mind, It's just when it comes down to it, it's about doing whatever you're going to do, just do it for the right reasons. And that's me personally. Like it took me a couple of years to really figure out what I wanted to do, who I am and how I wanted to pursue my goals. And now I'd like to think that in my own personal life, I've gotten to a point where I know what I want, I know how to get it, and I have the discipline and drive to actually get there.
Really?
Now, there's going to be 2 or 3 things on that list that I've told you that are probably going to end up that I'm going to have to put to the wayside. But that's not a guarantee. There's also a possibility that I will get to pursue and accomplish every goal that I do have. I'm just trying to stay real about it, Let's go sign up. They're not, though. Not all of them. Not all of them. I'm telling you that from personal experience. Not all of them. So I'll leave it at that. You're gonna find people who, we'll put it this way. There's a certain standard that's set for certain facilities in society and certain careers. Like there's certain expectations people have on, say, government officials, law enforcement, religious entities, certain business entities that are more noticeable than others, and people put a higher price on, their level of morality, and they're more scrupulous about choosing who deserves the role and who doesn't. But realistically, when you think about it, you're going to find that in any walk of life. You're going to find that in any career. You're going to find people who are doing what they're supposed to be doing, people who aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing in any career, in any walk of life, anywhere, in the entire world. And I'm not going to say that's an opinion. I'm going to say that's a fact, because that is a legitimate statistical fact. And if you want me to cite it, too bad. You can Google it the same way I did, because I don't know where to tell you to look. I don't remember where I found it, but I know I'm right, and I'll stick by it. I guarantee you go play them covering the beat. You might be right. Like I said, there's still things in my own personal life that I want to learn before going all the way with that, because that's something where if I'm going to do it, I want to make sure I do it right. And I don't want to put myself in a position where I could be tempted to become crooked, right? Like, I'm a straight shooter, and that's good. But I don't want to tempt myself with more than what I can handle.
Good.
And don't forget, whatever you do, if you're pursuing a career in the public, including, the one that I got going, make sure that people hear you. Don't let them forget that you exist. Remind them that you're there. And one day, it'll all fall together and you'll have made it. So we're at an hour and 45 minutes. We got a steady 220 to the broadcast. It is 8:33. And you're stuck here with me. So I figure we'll do one more round and probably shut down for tonight. Yeah, things are getting quiet. Even though it's a Saturday night, I mean, people are starting to head off the boulevard, and they're moving towards the clubs and the parties and all that stuff. I mean, personally, I already have prior commitments, so I won't be heading to any parties or anything tonight. But if there's anybody who, has an interest you're more than welcome to send me an invite. I'm open. I've gotten a few. I've made it to a few. And I have yet to be disappointed with my experience. Any of my experiences. What's my advice for making it on your own? Well, let's tailor that to an audience. Advice on making it on your own. Who am I talking about? Who am I talking to? You know, I want to be careful with how I put that advice out there. Who would I be talking to in reference to how to make it on your own? Because I can give you how I did it and how I'm doing it. Also, like, when you say on your own, do you mean just being by yourself? Do you mean, a lifestyle of independence and singularity? Like, what's the? If you have a little more context for me, then I could give you a little bit more accurate of an answer with more details, if that's what you're looking for. By the way, I am currently looking at my Tinder. I'm very excited because it looks like I have a couple of matches. That's very exciting. I act like a dork when I'm live. I can't help it. I don't know why I do it. But like I said, come see me in real life, you'll see a different side of me. I'm so conditioned just to be a dork when I'm live with you. I don't know how else to be. But offline, I'd like to think I'm a slight bit more smooth. A lifestyle of being independent in a new place. Okay, well, assuming that you're coming into your new environment with resources, at least like a roof over your head and a job, your best bet is to spend like the first year or two keeping your head down and keeping your mouth shut. Just because, you have to learn the ropes of things. Me personally, I have a little bit different of a style. I came in such a fashion where, my behavior and my attitude matches the environment. For all intents and purposes, I did come into Hollywood quietly. And I, was blessed enough to have won the favor of people who make the decisions. And that's because I came in with my head down, my mouth shut, and nothing but an attitude of gratitude, a willingness to learn, and just an admittance to my, in all reality, professional and social inferiority at that point in time. I knew my place. I admitted my place. I lived out that experience. I learned, I grew, and I gained mentorship. And that's, that would be step two. Once you get yourself properly integrated and you have enough, I don't want to say money, but you got yourself set up to a level where you're feeling safe and comfortable, well then start looking for people who know what they're doing in your bracket, whether it's just in your career or in a social lifestyle you might be seeking out if you're ready to start making friends, But I cannot stress this enough. Whatever you do when you move to somewhere new, remember that you are now going to be surrounded by people that don't know who you are. They don't necessarily know all that much about where you come from or the people that you've previously spent time around. And they're going to need time to adjust to you, to feel comfortable with you. And your impressions on them are going to make all the difference in reference to how they decide to accept you. Not whether or not they accept you, because the reality is, as long as you are not living in, someplace in the middle of nowhere where there's like a couple hundred people making the decision about, society's problems, you have to be prepared for people to, decide whether they want to let you just do your own thing or they want to involve you in their personal lives. So always try to make a good first impression is my thing,
10% off that whole cart? Just open a TJX Rewards credit card. With approval, you'll also earn 5% back in rewards.
What am I looking for in a woman? Right now, what I look for in a woman The number one thing that I look for in a woman at this point in my life is their ability to live without me. Because if I have to call you, or if we have to this or we have to that, it's probably not going to work out. If we're hanging out, let's say you invited me to your place, and we had a good time, and then the next day or the day after we're hanging out, and I got a couple of female friends that are there, and you just ominously start stepping in front of me or between me and the other females, or even the other males or whatever, it ain't gonna work because I'm not at that point in my life. When I'm to a point when, if marriage were ever on the table, which it definitely isn't, maybe an attitude like that. But for the most part, I just look for people that are minding their own business, doing their own thing, who want to be friends. And if they want to shack up here and there, why not? Well, that's cool. Good.
Oh, I like this. Yeah.
Los Angeles is so huge. Why are you staying in Hollywood? Well, I'm going to be real with you. Reason number one, we have a large law enforcement presence. There's a lot of cops everywhere. So there's not a whole lot of crime on the Walk of Fame. So there's a whole lot of stuff that I don't have to deal with on an interpersonal basis. And then two, we have the Hollywood partnership, who essentially keeps the streets clean. So I don't have people expecting me to play Batman or to be, playing games that I don't play anymore. So that's reason number one, is the safety. It's very safe here, so I prefer it here. And then secondly is the energy. I mean, it's just, when you're in the media industry, especially a guy like me who, I can so easily lose my confidence, and I can admit that to myself. I like to be in a place, where I can look up and I see this. Let me show you. I can look up and I can look around. And that's what I see every day. Almost every day. Right? And so on a day when I say, well, the video I made sucked, or my acting was crap, or I didn't get that dance move right, I can take a step out after a tear or two, look around, and remember that I am in one of the best cities in the whole world, especially for what I do. It's very easy for someone who is motivated and focused to power forward in their craft in an environment that is built to be conducive for your craft. Have you seen any famous people lately? They're around. I'll tell you what, there are far more famous people on the streets of Hollywood than people know about. And I learned this after enough time of moving slowly and observing. And it would amaze you if you were here and you had the opportunity to look through my eyes the way that I like that, because like I said, I got a particular viewpoint. It is amazing to see someone who is, let's say, an A or B list celebrity walk down the Walk of Fame and not a single person recognize them. Not a single person. Because they know how to hide. It's their job to be in disguise. They're actors. It's what they do, right? And I've learned plenty myself, where I can walk down the boulevard and Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not as good at hiding as they are. People notice me a lot more than I plan on, but it's okay. You know, I mean, most people are pretty understanding.
When you got time, read the Bible, okay? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now is the time. Now is the second chance. Tonight is the second chance. Don't die tonight in your sin.
Yeah, I did. I got my stuff measured at the Scientology building. It was pretty cool.
Don't drink until
I mean, excuse me. It's pretty easy to like people that tell you you're smart. I took their test, and their test said that I'm like very, very, very smart. So I was like, yeah, I like that. That was pretty cool. Only tour. That's not true, though. You say only tourists hang out in Hollywood, but that's not true. The locals that know how to mind their own business, we hang out here. Me personally, I hang out here. And I'm not a tourist. It's just, it's here's what it is. People don't always recognize you because this is just media. One second. It's basic media psychology, okay? So most people aren't going to recognize you to begin with because in their mind, you are an object on a screen. So to see you in person, they don't necessarily even recognize that you are someone of, someone that they recognize otherwise. Secondly, is most people don't want to invade another person's privacy, so they're oftentimes very respectful and more nervous to approach someone than not. Even if, take Brad Pitt for example. They're doing a movie premiere. Well, you bet that there's hundreds of people lined up to meet the guy. Should he be walking down the street, it's not necessarily going to be the same thing because people are more respectful of some, person's privacy. And then beyond that is, that's pretty much it. That's about it. That's the most I got for you for right now. I'm not really trying to talk about it. Let me put it this way. I'm very, very lucky and I'm very blessed that I do not suffer from any form of physical or mental illness, so I don't have to take any types of medication. Now, I do have an appointment coming up for something I got going on. Don't know what the problem is, but hopefully I'll find out soon and see what's going on. But at the end of the month, I have an appointment. They're going to set me up with a specialist and figure out what my issue is physically. But as of right now, I'm doing pretty good. So as long as I don't get some random shocking news, everything's good. What do they recognize me from? They recognize me as that guy that's famous for no reason. And it's usually very easy to ignore me because people get attached to characters, they get attached to roles, they get attached to, things that they can relate to. And considering that I'm only relatable on a personal basis to people that I've had one-on-one interactions with, it's very easy for me to skate by and just walk down the street. And even if people recognize me, they usually don't care. Like I said, I'll sooner have someone try to sit down on a bench with me and have a conversation about their life than be asking for anything from me or anything of that nature. You go towards the coastline. That's such a fallacy though. Like, here's the thing. A lot of celebrities live along the coastline, but people often mistake celebrities for like people that aren't regular people. The fact of the matter is they live the same way all the rest of us do. You live somewhere and maybe you travel 30 minutes to work or you travel this way and that way to do something, It's not like they just spend all day locked up in their mansions. So that's just my take on it. Are there some? Sure, but I can tell you, I've seen more celebrities in the places that people say celebrities don't hang out than say, going to the coastline and going to these places that people say they hang out. It was that way maybe in 2017 or 2018, but now, we've had such a social shift that, people's behaviors, places we go are different than what they used to be. So we've had to change things up so you keep the status quo and not have to give up. Have I been? Yes. I don't know how to answer that. I mean, the answer is technically yes. Shit, everyone. I know. I don't do the BS. I really don't do it. Like I said, I work on maintaining my own privacy. I put a lot of work into it. The whole cloak and dagger thing only works for so long. And we live in a time where pretty much everything is documented. And I don't want to see the next guy or the next girl surprised. If you're going somewhere and you're trying to mind your own business, it's best to know instead of being left in the dark. The tour buses. All right. We'll go there for one. We'll go there. You know what? I'm gonna reward myself. I'm gonna smoke one more because you're stressing me out. But I tell you what, I'm very thankful that you're stressing me out because I need it. Because I need to keep building my endurance. And as of right now, well, charity goes a long way. And thankfully, and I'm talking about you asking the questions. That's I consider that to be charitable. And it doesn't. Your charity doesn't go unnoticed. It doesn't. Whether you think there's people watching or not, trust me, no good deed goes unpunished. And around here, we don't do punishment. Instead, we give you something good instead of something bad. Unless you want something bad. We have places for that too. Who is Isaac Cappy? Educate me, if you will. How do I make money? Well, as of right now, I am essentially getting by on the kindness of strangers. I do a lot of volunteer work, and I've had the chance to network in what I do, and where I'll volunteer and I'll help out different people, and in return they'll throw me a bone, send me this way, send me that way for resources, and it's pretty much how I've been surviving for a while, and it's really important. Like, I'm really glad that I learned how to live this way because it's a requirement for it's like half of what you have to do after being properly employed. The other half is networking in order to keep moving up and keep moving on to wherever you want to be at. So it's been a blessing. It's also been a struggle. Just breathe through it. You got it. Nobody lives in Hollywood. Well, consider me the exception because I live in Hollywood and I want to live in Hollywood. Whoa. Sorry, I just got smoke all in my eyes. One second. Just breathe through it. Isaac was a cool guy. Oh, geez. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I don't get myself involved in anything nefarious. I have to tell you, there's a lot of stuff goes on in a lot of. Sorry, go ahead. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in a lot of places. I mind my P's and Q's. I keep my my focus narrow, and Keeps me out of trouble. You know, there's things that I do with some people in the dark, and there are things that I couldn't get in trouble for, you know? And then people who do stuff in the dark that I don't necessarily prefer, I either don't know their secrets or I don't know about it. And that's how I live, you know, because I don't know what I'd do if I knew about it, you know. So I can't say I'd be exposing people or like blasting their life on the internet. But you best believe that I'm a careful guy. So I smoke menthol, cowboy stuff. As of right now, I just what are they? Marlboro Red 100s. I don't really know anything else, you know. I'm still learning this. I literally bought my first pack today. So. Do I consider myself an artist? I do. An artist of sorts. I think, you know, it's a mindset thing. If you're a creative, then you're a creative. And your art is whatever you choose for it to be. There's many forms of art. I'm a social artist, I guess you could say. I'm good at helping society to paint a picture of what we want society to be, and helping people to move forward in their lives in such a fashion that they can actually live the way that they want to, in reference to matching that visual portrayal. I'm hotboxing a cigarette. Slow down. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what hotboxing a cigarette means. I'm just enjoying my cigarette. $10 a pack, probably way more in California. About $13, $12, $13. If you buy it here on the Boulevard, you might be paying like $15. But you know, I'll go off the beaten path a little bit, save $3 or $4. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, we live in a society where we have cameras everywhere. People are live streaming, people are making their TikToks. Everybody's doing it, right? And we still have people that are not accustomed to it yet. You know, there's a lot of people that are accustomed to watching content, watching stuff on the internet. But there's a large separation mentally between people that consume content and people that produce content. You have to think creatively to understand the process that is required to produce content. That's why sometimes you'll see people that they'll just go out and they're trying to make videos or do this and do that, and it doesn't really go anywhere for them because they're thinking like a consumer. You have to put yourself in a position of servitude to the public. You have to put yourself in the shoes of the audience. You have to think about the people that you're making videos for. Instead of thinking about what I want to make, I think about what you want to see. And in order to do that, I have to put in the time and effort to get to know you. And as you guys know, I started doing this before there were analytics, I started doing this before there was a way to measure what people liked and didn't like. I couldn't look at numbers. I had to talk to them. And so I still do that. I still go old school with it when I can. And when I can't, I kind of put it to the side till I can. As an artist, maybe you should go hang out with the rest. I'm not that type, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I had a conversation with a former friend of mine very recently, and he said to me, and he asked me, and I tell you, this hit pretty deep. He asked me, he said, are you with the street, or do you want to be on TV? And what he meant by that was, are you trying to go cookie cutter, or do you want to be an original? And I was honest with him. I told you, I said, guy, I'm tired. I'm going and I'm going to be on TV. And that's the path I chose. Could I really have made it as an original? Absolutely, I could have. I chose, and that's my path. Are the algorithm? Huh? What are you talking about? The COVID shot? You should go very inspiring. Yeah, I know about him. I know a lot about that guy. He was very motivating for me during my earlier years. He was very, impactful, motivating force. And it's weird. I went from looking at him as as an inspiration personally to life, and now I am more of a consumer of the past. Now more of a vested interest in product services. I went from being someone who analyzed his processes and his behavior and my goals. Yeah, I know. So I'm still running a good amount of battery here. We've been live for about 2 hours, and I mean we've been steady. We've been running steady about 200 people for the past hour. So we're good if you guys want to keep hanging out. But followership on all the platforms is continuously going up. And I'd say a couple a day. It skyrockets here and there. I get an extra few here and there. But it's kind of like as new people are finding me, as the day ones are finding me again, people are starting to filter back in. And it's also about rebuilding trust. Like knowing now that I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. Right? Can I speak for the online presence long term? Not necessarily. But now I'm living in the public and I'm not turning back. I just got to think about what street I'm going up. I'm going to do one more round. Oh, God. Whew. Wedgie. And that's the other thing. They're all over TikTok. They keep talking about wedgies. They're going into the broadcast and joking with so like I'll go into a broadcast and whoever's following me into the broadcast will go in there and they'll be asking the live streamer, what's the worst wedgie you ever got? And I'll tell you what, I'm sitting on the other end of the screen cracking up. Oh my gosh, is it funny? There's a good 10, 15 different innuendos and that they're pulling from my broadcast, and then I'll go into someone's live stream and just start asking questions about it, and it is so hilarious. And it's also, I love it because on a subconscious level, whether for better or for worse, my influence is being put into their works, and that's very conducive to the constituency of my future work. So it's very effective, and thank you for that. It's pretty smart, actually. And if that's how it has to be done, then go for it. I'm not complaining. See, it's like I'll go into somebody's broadcast, and they might laugh, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, it's him. But they're also very focused. So I'll take it. If that's the route I have to take, I'll take it. Thanks for the follows. How old am I? I'm 29 years old. Young, whatever. Yeah, I'm 2 streets away. Both. What it really comes down to is when I was asked that question, do I want to go mainstream or am I going to stick it out with the day ones? The fact that it matters, I made my commitments, and I made those commitments before ever meeting any of the day ones, before meeting anybody. That's, any of the people who are really doing it, who are, the people that are making the movies about. Before I was involved in any of that, I already made those agreements. I made those promises. I committed to those handshakes. So, was there ever really a question? Not really. There wasn't really ever there wasn't really ever a choice to be made. I had already made my choice. It's just, there were a couple of people there that weren't aware that I had already made that choice. And I wasn't aware that they weren't aware that the choice was already made. Well, thanks. It's the beard. It is 100% the beard. But I really don't want to settle in yet. But I'm doing, I'm good. I still got a lot of energy left in me. It's I don't think I'm going to shut down just yet. But I do. I'm telling you, I got to find somewhere to pick this wedgie. I don't even care. Judge me. You know what? Judge me. I don't care. I'm picking my wedgie right in public. Do not care what people think. I don't. I honestly don't. There was a time when I thought it might matter to care what people think. And then I really lived it. And moving into what I'm moving into, I tell you what I'm taking with me is my freedom. And if I want to pick a wedgie in public, God forbid, call the tabloids, call TMZ, I just picked a wedgie. Make it to the news, that's fine. But if I want to exploit, if I want to exemplify, my freedom of expression, I'm going to do so. I'm sorry. Good evening. How are you? Who sat me down? I'm not talking about it. I've had a couple of people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had a lot of people. Around here, there's a lot of people who already either know me or know of me, including locals. When I got here, there are people on the street that when I got here, they already knew about me, and I don't even know how. But some people out here are pretty damn connected. So they already knew when I showed up that it was me. And some people are fans, some people are haters, some people are indifferent. But I would say pretty much anybody. I would say over 15 months time, I've sat with and gotten to know more people than I could count, who just had the courtesy not to be like, "Hey, I know you. You're that guy." They just came at me in a regular sense and earned my respect and earned my trust, and I'd like to believe that I earned theirs. And that's that. But it does happen quite a lot, and it's so humbling. It's more humbling than just being a celebrity is one thing, but being known is the next level. And I will tell you, I am known, and it's amazing. I can't compare it to anything. I wouldn't trade it for anything. To have it where, you have people who are celebrities, right? And people know who they are, but they don't. Some of them, they don't necessarily care. So they're just they see him like an object. They objectify him. Well, I'm blessed to have that respect where I'm treated as a regular person, because I don't enigmatize myself. I don't put myself on a pedestal and say that I'm something that I'm not. And most of these people, they don't either. It's just they don't. Most
most celebrities don't make as much time for their audience as would be appropriate for them not to be enigmatized, right? So in order to defeat the possibility of becoming a social product, I put myself in the public. I don't just visit the public. I don't just talk to people in the public. I live as a regular person, and I put myself out here physically. And that lack of degree of like having one less degree of separation between myself and my fans changes the entire dynamic, where ironically I have less fans because of it and more friends or acquaintances, I guess you would say, because realistically having a fan is someone who doesn't really know you all that well. They know about you, they know plenty about you, but they might not necessarily know you on a personal basis. So removing that degree of separation has created for me far more associations with people and acquaintanceships. And I have a lot of people who would otherwise be fans that are, acquaintances instead. Heading back to the library. I don't really go to the library anymore. I really don't. And that's just because I don't have time to, I don't have time to go to the library anymore. Do I like my new place? It's nice. It's better not having anywhere to go. I'm excited to have my own place. I'm excited to have my own space. They found you when you got off the bus. No. Oh, man. No, I'll tell you what. 1 second. Long before that. Long before that. What it was is that I went mainstream. I mean, if you want my confession, the fact is I went mainstream over a year and a half ago. And I have been doing everything I could to dodge the public for the past year and a half. While I acclimated to the amount of social attention that I get. And it created this dichotomistic reverse stigmatization where, like I said, I'm integrated instead of being an idol or being a celebrity. I am integrated into the community, and where that is going to go, I don't know, but I know no matter what, it's going to be a good thing. And it grants me an opportunity to share what I get. It gives me an opportunity to distribute what I earn in such a fashion that I can contribute to my community and, be a part, like it's part, it's our community. Like I'm a part of a community instead of just being some guy on the side who makes money off the public. I just realized I went the wrong way. Damn it. And that's the other thing. When I'm live, mistakes happen, and most people don't even they don't even account for the possibility of those mistakes. Me personally, I'm okay with making mistakes because I'm human. I accept myself, and I know I'm not always going to do a good job. But I do my best. Any good food trucks around? Plenty of good food trucks. They're everywhere. He goes, found you again. Good. Glad you're here. And I am all over social media. Just look me up. I don't know if the bogus accounts or the fan accounts are above mine right now. But once I have enough tenure and I built enough, I put my IDs and everything into my accounts, so they should be I don't have the ticks yet, but I have, they're at least verified as my own, so they should be showing up in the feed before the fan accounts, and if they're not yet, they will be soon. What's playing at the Pantages tonight? I think it's Hamilton. Your podcast show is about me? Well. Well, if you ever want to guest on your show before things go where I want them to, before things go any further, I mean, you're welcome to pull me in for something. I don't know how much I can promise you. Don't offer to pay me though. I can't do that right now. But if I could be a little charitable to the outlying community, I will. I got my own stuff going on, obviously, but beyond that, I'm here. Mainstream. Here's the thing. Mainstream is not on the way out. What's on the way out is appearing squeaky clean. So essentially, they're taking the people who are amongst the real community and putting them in the mainstream.
You know what?
And that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm going. I'm taking everything I learned from the street, everything I've learned from having to be real, and I'm gonna, plug it into the mainstream. I'm not gonna be fake. I'm gonna live a more safe life. I'm better at. I am better at being the headpiece for something than doing it all myself. So that's what I'm going to do. Is it a good thing? Is it popular? Maybe not. But for me personally, and based on what I was raised on, it's more about making sure that I have a safe and secure future. I can build something for myself. I have something to offer another person should I ever want to take that route in my life. I then at that point have a paycheck that I can count on. It's not like, well, this month maybe I have the money, next month maybe I don't have the money. It'll be where every month I have the money, every year I have the money. I could look at my life and say 10 years down the road, I know for sure that I'll have this much or be able to do this much. And then if I have more than that, awesome. And if I have half that, then I'm still safe, Who would I never do an interview for? I can't say that I have anyone on that list just yet. Maybe that's just, maybe that's just the street in me speaking, but I can't say that there's anyone off the list just yet. Now, once I get to a point where I'm signing deals that say that there are things that I literally can't do, like when it's physically put on paper, then. But until then, you guys know me. I'm pretty good at finding wiggle room. Did you be more of a? No, that's the thing. I'm not built for the street. I'm not. Have I survived? Do I know how to survive in it? I surprised myself. I did. But I'll put it to you this way. For my own personal goals and my future, it's not what I want to be doing. It's not what I want to be a part of. Just because I want to be able to be a role model. I want to be able to set a better example for people. And I can't necessarily do that if I'm out on the streets making choices that wouldn't be appropriate. I've never been much of a good liar. So to be on the street and to be doing something a little rough around the edges and then to go on TV and try to say that I'm squeaky clean, I mean, you'll see it right on my face. And, well, I don't think success will be coming in my direction if I decide to operate that way. Well, that's great. That's great. they're more than, like I said, if anyone wants to approach me about that, you could. I'm just not trying to take things too far. Like I said, what I'm willing to do, I'm not necessarily willing to do a live stream with anybody. I won't do that. But what I will do is if you have like questions or something, or you want me to make face with you and make nice, then I could do that. I'm willing to do that. Just to put things to the side for everybody and to squash things and create a little more retention and long-term growth for all parties involved. I think it could be a good idea just to like I said, leave me with a few questions or whatever you'd like, and I'll try to give you something pre-recorded and send it to you. And if you want to put it in your videos, then you're more than welcome to. Or we could keep doing things this way. Either way is fine with me. But what I will say is, should we take that route, once that route is taken, that's squashed. You don't want to turn back from that. I mean, I won't acknowledge anything further than that. So, what? Yeah, like I said, that's fine. But just you send me your questions. If you got interview questions, just send them to me, and I'll give you some answers. I'll send them back to you, and you can put them in your video. But that's the best I can do for you. I mean, in the future, maybe, but I have to admit to you, some of the people that are trying to demand my time right now are like so below caliber of where the value of my attention has grown to. And I'm not going to undersell myself and cut myself out of a whole bunch of opportunities that I've already worked pretty hard to get to, the point of being offered them to begin with. That's great. So, yeah. Yeah. So it is currently, we got 9:18. Or it's 9:20. To do an interview with Daisy, I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I'm not necessarily set up in such a fashion that it would be appropriate for me to be interviewing people, or vice versa. I'm not really involved in the live stream community the way that I used to be. I'm not really involved in social media in the way that I used to be. So.
I feel like I'm not gonna there's a lot of guys. Only because we've been up and down here, Baby.
Every now and again, I have to come out here and vent with you guys, but like I said, there's not much longer I'll be able to do that, so just take it while I can give it. Because soon, I can't. Glad I'm back. Thank you. Thanks for showing up. 1 second. Every now and again, you get some creeps. Comes with the territory. Yes, I do have internet. And I also have constant monitoring from law enforcement, both federal and local and state. They're watching everything I'm doing at all times. And that is by request, because it's either I give them permission to monitor everything I do, or I have to deal with fucking weirdos all the time. And I don't do fucking weirdos. A weirdo to me is someone who's minding my business when it's none of their business. And it's none of their business when they're poking their noses in places that don't belong. Beyond that, I don't have any other description of what a weirdo is, because this is Hollywood. And like I told you before, being yourself is what you're supposed to be doing when you're here. You're supposed to be comfortable. That's what it's all about. Or uncomfortable, depending on what your preference is. For some people, a lack of comfort is their comfort zone. Excuse me. A new pair of shoes, yeah. Yeah, I will say that thanks to Street. Shoes are usually plenty. As long as I'm not greedy about it, I'll keep a pair or two pair, and then beyond that, I'll usually just give them away or wear them out. You guys are 8 blocks away. Cool. Hey, if she's coming down here, let me know. I mean, I'm here, but I was just about to call her night. But if there was somebody coming out, I mean, I could wait up. Just I can't wait up too long. Why are they monitoring? They're monitoring me because I requested that they monitor my traffic. Because I want to be able to live in a regular way. I don't want to have to change my passwords every month. I don't want to have to, be doing any of that. So with law enforcement watching my every move, I don't have to worry about someone hacking hacking my accounts or anything like that. It's very easy to live regular when you have the authorities watching what you're doing. Hot pink shoes. I don't have any hot pink shoes. Can you ask a serious question without upsetting you? Well, I'll tell you what. When you have to ask that question, it's probably going to be an upsetting question. But the fact of the matter is, I already told you, whatever you want to ask, go ahead and ask it. I'm live with you to give you my time and attention. And you're more than welcome to ask. And my attitude towards you about that is pretty much just like, I feel insulted that you think I wouldn't be open to your question. I'm definitely open to whatever you want to ask. Now, as far as how I answer it, I can't speak to that until you ask, but I can tell you that I don't mind anything you want to ask. Yeah, what do you call it? The fact of the matter is, that was investigated, and you were found to be at fault. And I was asked whether or not I wanted to press charges for harassment and instigated stalking, and I decided against it. If you do the broadcast, we're for watching me. I'm talking about when you get some street person that picks up on your broadcast and they start hovering around you, such as the person that like what I had just mentioned there. Somebody had came in real life and was like trying to videotape me and stuff without my permission and was being real weird about it. And that's stalking. There's a difference. Like paparazzi, TMZ. That's real life. That's regular. It's to be expected. But somebody just like stalking you on the street and starting to videotape you because they feel like it, saying negative stuff about you on the internet and trying to get you hurt or trying to get you arrested by making up stories. Well, that's crime. And there's nothing else to it. So, that's when I say a weirdo, that's a fucking weirdo. But, if they're not doing that, then they're not, that's what I constitute a weirdo as. Somebody who's just doing weird shit. And for me, for the most part, if it's crime, to me, it's weird. So if you're committing crimes against me, especially in a public fashion or having to do with media, I'm probably going to think you're a weirdo. That's just my opinion. That's like I said, I don't, there's obviously no statistics behind that. It's just how I see it. If you want something to do with my content or whatever you're doing, that's fine. We can make something personal about it, and I'm fine with that. But don't stalk me on the street and be videotaping me and harassing me because it's not something I'm comfortable with. And for the sake of people in my bracket of society, I don't put up with it because that's then setting a precedence to say that, if I don't stand up for myself, then I'm not standing up for people who do the same thing that I do, who may get approached or get bothered by someone. So if I stand up for myself and I put my foot down and I have that conversation, then it's protecting the next person from having to go through that traumatic experience as well. Give me 1 second, I gotta cross the street.
Few strangers and here's full crazies. Alright. Messages. I'll take a look when I'm done here. I'm about to shut down anyway. Filming you in a three-wheel truck? I don't know. I didn't see that. People take pictures and videos of me all the time, but like that's one thing. But like if I'm in the middle of a live broadcast and someone's like coming up and doing that, that's what I'm talking about. I get, people are videotaping me and taking pictures all the time. That I'm used to. That I understand. I get it. It comes with the territory, right? But like if I'm in the middle of talking to my fans, if I'm in the middle of a broadcast, if I'm in the middle of live streaming and talking to you guys and taking my own personal time out, and people know that I'm on my own personal time, minding my own business, that's where I draw the line. And I've vocalized that boundary several times. Do I like massages? Yeah, definitely. That's a good content. Sometimes, not all the time. Messing with you is one thing, but like actually minding his absolute own business, not bothering a soul. Not bothering a soul. He's just out doing his own thing. And I can get with that, Like he was looking in my direction, looking for attention, and I acknowledged him. That's fine. That's it. Nothing else to it. He didn't have to be weird about it. So, you looking for me? So, you don't ask me on that. I might have a bat phone. You never know. Give me 2 seconds. I have to rest. Do I have roommates? I can't. I mean, yeah, but like, they're not as public as I am. Just brush it off. Yeah, pretty much. Charge it at home. Yeah, I got plenty of places I can charge my phone now. Especially, I can go into a place and be a customer. I can sit there for a couple hours and charge up. Will I be getting the new iPhone? I'll tell you what, something that's changed for me. I've become far more frugal. I don't know that I could justify buying the brand new iPhone. I might, once it matters enough that people are paying attention and it helps them decide on what they're going to buy. But as of right now, I'm more of an iPhone 13 or 14 type of guy for the moment. I'm not on that vibe at the moment, but that's where my mind's at. My feet still hurt. No, I'm just tired. Wood crate on Ivar. I don't know anything about it. I haven't been to Ivar in a month or less than, but I haven't been there in a minute. So I have to go. I have to. All right, I'm gonna be straightforward with you guys. I am chafing so bad. So I'm sweating and chafing. I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed our broadcast. I enjoyed live streaming with you tonight. I'm very thankful that you came out here with me tonight. I will be posting this 2-hour and 45-minute video up somewhere so you can get the full recording, not just the clips that people show you. And for those of you who have been physical witness, but yeah, so we'll talk.